Welcome to another deep dive, everybody. And today we're looking at something really interesting, a topic that you all requested a ton, and we thought this would be an awesome one to cover. So we're exploring the intersection of senior living technology and the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
And joining me today, we have someone who has just an incredible background and really a unique perspective on how these two worlds are kind of colliding.
Yeah.
So welcome, Terrence Ronson. So Terrence, you've been a chef, a hospitality manager, an IT consultant, and now you're in the senior living tech space.
Yeah, that's right.
So, so, so really, your background is key to understanding kind of your insights
Uh-huh.
because you've seen so many different facets of both of these worlds, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in. When we think hospitality, we often think like hotels, we think resorts.
Right.
How is that world sort of merging with the needs of senior living?
Well, I mean, at their core, both industries aim to create comfortable and engaging experiences. But in senior living, it also extends to creating a genuine home-like environment for individuals who may be there for an extended period.
Right.
So that's different than just like a short vacation, right?
Yeah.
So we see senior living facilities,
Hmm.
actually, they're rapidly adopting technologies that we normally associate with hotels. From robust Wi-Fi networks to streamlined task management systems,
Okay.
all the way to this concept of hyper-personalization.
So it's like instead of like, the hotel remembering your favorite cocktail or something, it's
Yeah.
it's more.
Yeah, well, it's far more involved.
Yeah.
Think understanding a resident's dietary needs, their medical history, even their daily routines and preferences. Terrence described a senior living center in Japan that truly blurred the lines, offering high-end dining, personalized services, and luxurious surroundings, almost reminiscent of a Ritz-Carlton experience.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So it sounds like, the expectations of seniors are kind of evolving alongside these technological advancements.
definitely.
But I imagine, catering to a senior population also presents some unique tech challenges.
It does. We're designing for a diverse range of abilities and needs. Age-related factors like hearing loss, vision impairment, or mobility issues have to be considered. Technology in this space needs to be incredibly adaptable and intuitive.
Yeah. So what are some of the solutions that are emerging to address these challenges?
Well, one surprisingly powerful tool is voice activation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it bypasses the need for seniors to navigate complex buttons or screens, allowing them to effortlessly interact with technology.
Oh, that's super smart. So no more struggling with like remote controls or
Exactly,
yeah.
touchscreens or anything like that. Another example is fall detection technology, which can be integrated into wearables or even robots. It provides crucial safety and peace of mind for both residents and their families.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of robots, Terrence mentioned that they're playing an increasingly important role in senior living.
Yes.
Are we talking futuristic companions? Is this like,
Well, I mean, not quite science fiction, but getting there.
yeah.
So robots are being utilized to address a very real issue in senior living, and that's loneliness.
Yeah.
They can provide companionship, engage in conversation, and even assist with certain tasks.
So they're providing both practical support and like a sense of connection.
That's precisely it. And you know what? They can be incredibly beneficial for healthcare management as well.
Okay.
Terrence shared an anecdote about using robots for medication reminders,
Okay.
but with a heartwarming twist. They had grandchildren record the messages, which significantly increased compliance, not to mention fostering a sense of emotional connection.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
That's such a cool way to leverage that technology, right?
exactly.
It's like having a loving reminder from family throughout the day.
But all this data collection, especially within a care setting, it must raise some concerns about privacy, right?
You've hit a critical point. Senior living involves a network of family, friends, and medical professionals, creating a very unique data privacy landscape.
Right.
Technology in this field has to find the right balance between information sharing, resident privacy, and of course compliance with regulations like high pay.
Right.
So it's a real balancing act.
So how do they navigate that balance in practice?
Oh, one solution gaining traction is this care circle model.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting.
So this care circle, it sounds really intriguing. Can you kind of break it down for us? What is that?
Sure. So imagine a secure digital space where designated family and friends can access information about their loved one's care. It's tailored to individual needs, offering transparency and peace of mind
Okay.
while safeguarding
So
privacy.
it's like giving loved ones a window into like the daily life without kind of compromising sensitive information. For
Okay.
example, family members might receive updates on daily activities, medication schedules,
Yeah.
or even just heartwarming anecdotes from staff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
This allows them to stay involved and connected even from a distance.
That's really valuable, I think, for both the resident and the family. But it seems like, I mean, just managing all of that information securely, that must be a huge challenge.
You're absolutely right. The technology behind these Care Circle platforms has to meet the highest standards of data encryption and security protocols, ensuring compliance with HIPAA regulations. Only authorized individuals with proper credentials can access the information.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh, like a digital vault, sort of.
that's a great analogy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But, beyond just like the technical aspects of data security, there's a broader ethical consideration of autonomy, right?
Hmm.
So how do we ensure that seniors retain control over their own lives and data
Good.
as they rely more on technology?
That's such a good point because I feel like sometimes, it can be easy to think, oh, well, technology's the answer, it's going to fix everything, but it's
Yeah.
it's really about not replacing human interaction or taking away independence.
Exactly. Technology should be a tool that enhances their lives,
Hmm.
not something that dictates or diminishes their choices.
Yeah,
The goal is to empower, not to overprotect.
I love that. I love that phrasing. So, I mean, this whole like approach to senior living tech, it seems like it's challenging some pretty like outdated stereotypes about aging, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We're moving away from this image of frailty and dependence
Yeah.
and recognizing seniors as active, engaged individuals who can both benefit from
Yeah.
and contribute to technological advancement.
I think that's so important. But realistically, I mean, not everybody is comfortable with technology, right? Like
Right.
how do we ensure inclusivity?
Well, that's a great question. For seniors who might be, less tech savvy, that's where bridging the digital divide becomes crucial.
Okay.
You know, we need to ensure that senior living technology is accessible to all, regardless of income, location, or technical skills.
Right.
Otherwise, we risk creating a system that only benefits a select few.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's not what we want.
So it's not just about providing the access, but it's also like providing that support and training to build confidence.
Precisely. Digital literacy programs designed specifically for seniors can play a huge role in empowering them to navigate this new world. It's about meeting them where they are
Mhm.
and providing the guidance they need to thrive.
I think this all just points to a much larger conversation about like how technology can be used to create more inclusive and,
Right.
and, and human-centered experiences like for everyone,
Yeah.
right?
You've hit the nail on the head. Senior living technology, it offers valuable lessons that extend far beyond just caring for seniors. It's about designing technology that adapts to our needs, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It's like we've seen how this plays out in the blurring lines between like senior living and hospitality, the rise of like the personalized care, this emphasis on like connectivity and data security. But I feel with any innovation, there's always the potential downsides and kind of ethical dilemmas.
right.
So I think that's a perfect place to kind of delve into in our final segment.
Okay.
Let's explore some of the like more complex questions around this rapidly evolving field. So we've talked about all this like exciting stuff happening in senior living tech, but I always think, with any innovation, any new technology, there are always like potential downsides and ethical considerations.
Oh, Jim.
What are some of the like challenges that come to mind when you think about all this?
Well, one concern that emerges is the potential for increased social isolation, even with all this emphasis on connectivity.
That's so interesting because it seems almost counterintuitive, right?
It is.
Because like we've been talking about how technology bridges distances and makes it easier to stay in touch.
Right.
So how could it possibly lead to isolation?
Well, it's a very delicate balance.
Okay.
While tools like video calls and social platforms can be incredibly valuable for maintaining connections,
Uh-huh.
we need to be mindful that they don't become a substitute for real-world face-to-face interaction.
Yeah. I think that's a real concern with technology in general,
That
right?
is, yeah.
It's making sure that it's complementing human connection and not replacing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another significant concern revolves around data privacy.
Oh,
As we've discussed, senior living tech collects a wealth of sensitive information. Medical records, personal preferences, daily routines.
yeah.
This data requires the highest level of protection.
Especially considering that seniors could be more vulnerable to like data breaches or exploitation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Robust security protocols and encryption are paramount.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond just safeguarding the data, right?
Yeah.
It's about ensuring transparency and informed consent.
Right.
Do seniors fully understand what information is being collected, how it's being used, and what control they have over it?
That's a really good point. And I think, again, that's the crucial consideration with any technology, but especially when we're talking about, a population that might not be as familiar
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
digital landscape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to empower seniors to make informed choices about their data
Hmm.
and their digital lives. It's about respecting their autonomy
Yeah.
and ensuring that technology serves their needs and preferences.
So it's really this whole conversation about data privacy and ethical considerations is so important. It's not about like rejecting technology. It's about approaching it like thoughtfully and responsibly.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
As we integrate these technologies into senior living, we must prioritize the well-being and autonomy of individuals.
So so looking beyond these kind of like immediate concerns, like how do you see how do you see senior living tech shaping the way we view aging as a society? Like, do you think it's
Oh, I think it's already challenging those outdated stereotypes of frailty and dependence.
okay?
Instead of seeing aging as a decline, we're starting to recognize the potential for continued growth,
Yeah.
engagement, and contribution.
Yeah, it's like technology can play a role in empowering seniors to live their lives to the fullest.
That's precisely it.
Yeah.
It's about fostering a culture of inclusivity and recognizing that aging doesn't diminish a person's value or potential.
Well, this has been a truly eye-opening deep dive. We've explored so much. We've talked about how hospitality and senior care are kind of blurring. We talked about the rise of all this personalized tech.
Right.
And of course we talked about, all the potential benefits, but also the ethical challenges. As we kind of wrap up, is there a key takeaway that you really want listeners to think about, to ponder?
I think the most important takeaway is this. Senior living technology isn't just about aging, it's about innovation.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating a future where technology is human-centered, accessible, and responsive to our evolving needs.
And I love that because I think it really highlights that these advancements have implications for everyone, not
Right.
just seniors.
It's
It's like the principles of personalization, accessibility, ethical data management. Those are things that can be applied to all areas of life.
Exactly. As we continue to explore and integrate technology into our lives, let's be mindful of its impact
Yeah.
and strive to create a future that benefits all.
Well said. Terrence, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of senior living technology. It's clearly a field that's filled with both challenges and just incredible potential. And to all of you listening, thank you for joining us as well. We hope that this exploration has sparked some new ideas, and a deeper understanding of how technology can be used to create a more inclusive and empowering future for everyone.